Today, we're going to be talking about 10 ways that I use Notion to organize my entire life and all my businesses. If you're new here, I'm so happy that you found this channel. My name is Cassidy Arbeli, and I am a business strategist and consultant. And I'm going to show you the most amazing tech and software that you can use to organize your business and your life today. So let's dive into what is Notion, how do I use it, and what are the 10 ways that I recommend that you can use it too. Notion is a versatile and really powerful productivity software that allows you to create a wide range of tools for organizing and managing and tracking information and things that you need. And it can also be thought of as an all-in-one workspace for individuals and ways for you to also collaborate with your team, where you can plan and execute tasks, where you can plan out projects and have all of these things organized and out of your head and onto a system. It offers a way for you to customize the interface and the way that you see things, whether it's documents or notes or databases or to-do lists or calendars and so much more. So we're going to dive into the ways that I use it, and I want to show you behind the scenes of what this looks like. So what I'm going to be showing you is my agency owner Notion template. This is a template that you can access. So we will put a link in the description box below if you're interested in accessing this. But the goal of today is just to show you what kind of things Notion can do and how I use it. The first thing that we have in this template is the business dashboard. So I created this so that I could use this dashboard every single day to access quick things that I've created. The first thing is I always put in at least 3 focuses that I'm focusing on, whether it's a monthly focus, maybe it's a little bit bigger, or maybe something I'm trying to focus on and keep myself on task for the week. So we have our 3 focuses here. The next is I will put in daily things I need to do, weekly things I need to do, monthly things I need to do, quarterly and annually. So it helps me remember to get these things done within those timeframes. And then I've got a bunch of links to different pages I've created so that I have those shortcuts on my dashboard. The dashboard is basically the main place you're going to be working out of, where you can create almost like your own web page that's going to have the things that are important to you that you access often. After that, I have a tracker. So you can put in anything here that you need to track to do on a regular basis, Monday through Friday, and you can just come in here and check mark the things when you get them done. So again, they keep you on task. And then after that, I have my master to-do list. My master to-do list is all about having a running list of things I need to take action on. These are not just things I need to remember just for reference. They're actually things that need to be executed. And so what I do is I come in here and I put in all the things I need to execute on. I will put what kind of priority they are, if there is some kind of due date, and also what category or context that action item is. But if I want to filter through all the errands I have to get done in one day, all the emails I might need to send out, all the things that have to do with money management, maybe bills, I can filter through and I can batch those items and get them all done at one time. So it really helps your productivity. But this list is never empty, and it's always going to be this evergreen running list that might have 100 items on it or might have just a few items on it. And as you click done, they will disappear. And then you have a few different ways you can look at this, and I will show you what that looks like in a bit. And lastly, I have a little toggle here, which is just this arrow that shows it when you want to and gets rid of it when you don't. But you have different business goals that you might have. And when you open each of these, you'll be able to add notes, make comments, tag people, assign things to people if you're using this for collaborating on any kind of project or goal that you have in your business. So this is the main dashboard. This is where I access quick links. This is where I keep track of the things that I want to keep track of. And Notion is super easy to edit or to do these things. There's a ton of YouTube videos. I will link a couple below for you to look at the different tutorials. But really, when you click on an area and you push this /, you have all of these things that you can put in here. And it really just helps you create this web page or dashboard that you want. And you can also ask for Notion's AI to help you create things. The other thing is over here on the left, you're going to see all of these things that were created under this template. Again, if you want access, it's in the description box below. But the next thing that I use besides a dashboard that just gives me that overall kind of high view of what's happening in my business and or tracking the things that I have is my quick note. Notion also has an app on your phone. So if I'm out and about, I'm driving, I'm at an event and I hear a speaker and I want to jot down some notes, I'm listening to an audiobook, a podcast, or I just simply remembered something like I need to buy some milk, right? I can come in here and just jot down all the lists and all the things that I need. Lucky for you, in this template, I already have a link to a great YouTube video that you can watch. But this is where a lot of things get dumped into. It's kind of like the inbox for all of my quick notes of things that I want to remember or I want to notate. Think of this as your post-it area. Think of this as your kind of notebook that you're using, but it's digital. And what I do with this is every Friday, I go through my quick notes and I will delete anything I've already done that I don't need to keep anymore. Or I will take the information in here and I will then categorize it into one of these different pages that I might need to reference later, or maybe it goes into to-do list, or maybe it's just a great idea, or maybe it's a business goal I have. Every Friday, this gets emptied out. And so this is kind of my quick inbox where I just jot things down. The next thing is I keep track of all of my business links, logins, credentials. I think that's a really great place to put that. And also you can click here, share with your team, invite anybody else that you want them to see this page. This is going to be the only thing they'll see when you share this. One of the other things I wanted to show you was my routine section. And what I have here is when I have things, processes that need to be done recurringly, I call them routines. And what happens in routines is title what the routine is, for example, content planning. And within here, I will come in and I will list out all the different things that need to happen in this process. So whatever my content planning process is, I will come in here and list out what that process is, and I will have it in my routines. So when it's time for content planning to happen, I just simply have to come in here and follow the list of steps that I have. So this is where all of those processes happen in my routines. The next thing I use Notion for, as I mentioned before, there is a view of this on the main dashboard, is my to-do list. And what's great about this is when you open this, you can actually have notes, make comments, tag people, set due dates, decide the priority, decide if it's done. And so this really gives you even more detail that you can put in here. And if you want to add anything into any of these tables or templates, you can just come in here and pick what you want inside of this column and make changes to it as you see fit. You can also change the views by status, by dates, and then also go back to a table, which also shows you some dates and things like that. So master to-do list, this is where all my action items and all my to-dos go. So I can see them in this beautiful visual and be able to manage what I'm doing and how I'm taking action on these. The next thing that's in this template, which helps you with your business, is I have an entire page, an entire section for how my insurance agency business is ran. And we have a page for core values where you can come in here and state your core value and the definition. If you go back, you can create FAQs. How do deductibles work? How do I pay my premiums with Safeco? What is collision coverage on my auto policy? And so you can create an entire product FAQ for your business, no matter what industry you're in, and have this shared with your team so that if they need to come in here and search anything, for example, deductibles, they'll be able to search a running list of FAQs on how they can answer questions that you frequently have in your business. Another part of this is we also have all of our SOPs. Another great part of this template is I've broken down what tasks need to be done per team member in your business. Now, this does apply to the insurance business, but this could apply to many different things. And if you click on it, you'll see different things that receptionist might do, different things that a customer service representative might do. So this really helps you define those roles and what type of things that position needs to have. And so everybody can come on here and say, hey, I'm in the marketing department. These are the tasks that I am responsible for. And it just helps you create the positions that you need in your business. And I know VAs are a huge buzzword around our industry and really in any business nowadays. And we've got some front end things a VA can do and some back end things a VA can do. So this is really helpful. And then we have a section called process chart, which this is technically all of our SOPs. What we do, all the different tasks we do in the business, what department is responsible for getting these tasks done, and if there's anyone specific in that department that needs to be assigned to it. And then we put in how they get it done. Now, this is for a URL, whether you're linking a Loom video, or maybe you want to add a document like this one. It's a sales document that you can download. You get access to that as well. And so it's going to have all of our processes and all of our standard operating procedures are going to be linked here. So again, quickly, if you share this with your team or whoever it is that you want to share with, they can come in here and search the actual item of what they need to be doing and find the link or the document that's going to train them how to get this thing done. So this is where our SOPs live, and you will get access to this template, but you can create this in many different ways. I'm just showing you ways that you can use this with Notion. I have all of my business information for my business in here, whether it's core values, product FAQs, process charts, SOPs, task per team member, etc. It all lives in here. So I am able to come in here, make adjustments, and share this with my team as we collaborate. Another way that I use Notion is for tracking. One of the biggest things that I love to track is our money. I love to track my business money. So in this template, I will track revenue coming in, how much income did we make, what was the cost of the income we made? And then I can compare last year to this year as I start tracking. I will also take a look at the different data that I get here and put them into quarterly. So after every 3 months, I will go in and total our actual sales versus our sales goals, our actual cancellations versus our book growth, our actual expenses, our actual revenue, and then what our profit margin and profit growth is. So it's really important for you to keep track of these numbers so that you can see what's happening in your business and make sure that you are tracking your dollars, right? Also, we have a template to track your bills, your fixed bills, as well as your variable bills. And then you can also create tags for what those different bills are. And then I have a section here where I add in any current team incentives and bonuses that we have running for our agency, and also any kind of goals that we have. We also have a sales tracker here, so you can see how much business you sold, how much you lost, how much you gained, and then what kind of commission you paid at that time. So really, this is giving you so many ways to look at how you can start taking all of this information out of your head and putting it into Notion and start creating a tracking system, while also starting to have a place to just put in information for your business. How much money do you want in the bank account? I want 90 days of cash in the bank, and 90 days of operating expenses. Cash in the bank could look like around $81,000. That's a goal I have. Maybe I have a certain amount of money that I want us to sell a new business per month. What is that goal, right? And so just starting to take it out of your head and kind of putting it on paper, but in a digital sense that you can track this at any time. Another thing that I use Notion for is all of my learning, all of my studying, all of the different courses I take, all of the different books I read. And so there's a couple templates here for you to take a look at how you can start reading a book and really taking notes and having this information here for you. Another thing are some quotes that you want to remember, some things that just make you think a little bit differently, or maybe just some notes for different things. And I gave you a few categories here, maybe about how to tell your story about how you started in this industry. Maybe it's notes on ways to do better marketing and branding. Maybe it's about how to be more productive and how to use Notion in your business and in your life. So the different ways that you might categorize and take notes. So I use my learning section a lot. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly adding new information. And instead of me using just a plain old spiral notebook or Post-its or just random pieces of paper, I open my Notion and I'm working in this as I'm studying so that I can reference back to this information or really use this information to excel in my life or business. Like I mentioned before, I use Notion as well to keep track of all of the goals that I have. And so I will have different goals that I might add in here. So another goal that I might have might be to rebuild our website. And this isn't just a to-do. Why do I say that? This is more of a project, a goal that I have, a project that I have that's going to take multiple steps. And so there is a template in here for this project to help you kind of get more out of your brain and figure out what those action steps need to be. And then you can take that action step and put it into your master to-do list of, here's a step I need to take within this project, and I want to create a due date for that. And so this is going to be single step type stuff. And when you're creating business goals and projects, you will then break those items down into action steps that you're going to put in your to-do list. The next thing is that I use this for is the different meetings that I might have. You can categorize them by different departments if you want. We can create a new item, and then we can open this item and we can write notes if we want to, right? So that's really great for us to keep notes of all the the different team meetings that we have. And again, you can categorize them by date. So if I want to, I can just move this and it's going to get categorized the way we want it to. So this is what's great. You can also change different views if you want. You can make this a calendar, a gallery view like we've seen before. You can also change what you preview on these. So like, what do you want to see here? Maybe I want the page cover. Maybe I want it to be large. Maybe I want it to be small. There's so many different ways that you can customize these things. Maybe you want it to be a board just like this. However that you feel comfortable and makes sense in your brain, how you want these things categorized, you can make changes to this as Notion lets you fully customize how you want this done. The other thing you can use Notion for, which I don't use personally right now, I use monday.com, and I will also put a link in the description box below to see how we use Monday as a CRM for our business. But you can use Notion as a CRM, and I do use some parts of this in different businesses that we have, but you could have it where you're able to put in any accounts that you're working on, any sales, change the view based on priority. You can have it be in a table just like this. You can see how much maybe premium you have out there that you've quoted, etc. And so this can absolutely be used as a CRM, a sales CRM for your business. And again, you can share this with your team members and have them working in here as well as you working in here at the same time. And another way that I use Notion is for all of our content planning. Like I showed you before in the routines, we have a system and process on how we create content and how we plan content. But for you to have those content ideas and getting them out on when the content needs to post, where is it going to be posted? What type of status is it? Is it just an idea? Is it something you've created copy for? Are you outlining it? Are you recording or editing some of those stuff? Has it been scheduled or published? You and your team can come in and actually keep track of what's happening with this content. And if you open this again, you can have all your notes on what kind of content you are going to be creating that will help you stay on track and be able to plan all these things out. And then obviously you can then have a date and look at the calendar view, which you will see this piece of content should be done on September 28th, for example. When it comes to my personal life, I also have my own personal dashboard where I will have lists of movies I want to watch, recipes that I have, fun extras, for example, like a bounce back checklist of things that I'm feeling off or overwhelmed. I might have things that I want to have as far as my cleaning list. I also have weekly marriage meetings with my husband. And so we put in the agenda and like things that we talk about, maybe a packing list when you have a trip coming up, just to help make sure that you've got these things written out. Any home projects I have, renovation list, my grocery list is kind of like the essentials that I always get. So if I'm at the grocery store, I can pull out the app on my phone, look at the grocery list, make sure I didn't forget anything, yearly goals I have, travel plans, all of this stuff. So you can absolutely use Notion as well for things in your personal life in order for you to get those things out of your head and put them out onto Notion so that you don't forget these things. And lastly, as I've mentioned many, many times, you can use Notion to collaborate with team members or people that maybe you're outsourcing some work to. So I wanted to show you what my VA's dashboard looks like. I created an entire web page for my VA in one of my businesses to help me with our YouTube channel, with Unburden Your Business, with Agency by Design, all the different programs we offer online. And we have all of these links and all of these widgets that you can add on to be able to customize this page, which I'll also link some more things for you down below. But he has a weekly to-do list. We have all of our content creation kind of SOPs and pages that come in here, all of our other SOPs for him to go in and reference when he needs to remember how to do something that we have in our business. And then we have, like I mentioned, our content planner. Here is this piece of content I'm creating right now, 10 ways that I use Notion to plan my entire life. Here are all of his content schedule, things that he has to make sure go out every week. So when he does them, he will click on them that they're done. And every week we refresh this. And so I can see what has been done and what hasn't been done. And then I can come in here and assign any additional tasks that I might need to give to my doer, which is what I call my VA in my business. So you can see how you can collaborate with other people on your team and give them their own kind of dashboard and database that you can make it so easy for them to find things. So if you are interested in seeing any more specific details of things that you've seen, maybe it's how we keep track of our content schedule, maybe how we organize our assets, maybe it's how we actually create our standardized operating procedures. How do you use Notion and maybe how you create this? I will tell you right now that if you are interested in getting this template, here are all the things that you get. It also gives you a video how to download this template and duplicate it into your new Notion account. I am affiliated with Notion, so I became affiliated after I've been using Notion for a couple of years and absolutely love it. And also so that I could provide these templates for you. But I don't get $1 from Notion unless you do the paid version. And nobody I know has ever paid for Notion. I have all these features and I don't pay for Notion either. So really, you don't have to use this link. Do what you will. But you do have to create a Notion account in order to download the template that I have linked below. These are all the things that you get with it. And again, you can change it, customize, delete it, do whatever you want, but at least it gives you a beginning list and kind of templates for you to start working on. And it also gives you a lot of things that you might not think about to track and to use this for your business. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And I hope that you'll take a look into Notion and how to use it for your business and your life. And as always, I thank you so much for watching this video. And I wanted to just show you how I use Notion, how much I love it, give you access to that template if you're interested. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next video.